this evening at approximately 6:33 p.m., our units received a call for service at this location regarding a shooting. Our officers, our deputies were actually on the scene very quickly, within maybe 2 minutes max, if not sooner, because they were down the street on an unrelated call where they heard some gunshots and came in this location, and then the call dropped at the same time. Upon arrival, they discovered a black male in his mid-20s that had been wounded by gunfire. It appears he had been shot a couple of times at least. So he was injured here, and an initial scene investigation began right away. The preliminary information that we have right now is that it appears there was some type of a basketball game that was happening inside the fitness center. Some type of verbal altercation during the game broke out, and so that may have spilled over into the parking lot. One of the parties to that altercation came out and then possibly was making his way back in when the other party in the altercation was also coming out. And when I say party, maybe 2 or 3 other males when they met in the front of the business. At that point, weapons were pulled and gunfire erupted, and we have the male that was injured here. We do not know if the other males were wounded or injured or anything like that, because upon the arrival of the deputies, the other individuals had fled. The individual that was wounded here, that's in his mid-20s, he was transported by life flight in pretty serious condition. So I haven't gotten an update on him. Last I heard, he was still serious/critical. So we're conducting a scene investigation right now. Our homicide and crime scene units are here. And we're asking that if anybody saw anything, to please give us a call at 713-221-6000. To the other individuals that were part of this altercation, we ask them as well to come forward. We know there's always 2 sides to every story. If this was some type of altercation, then we could try to work through that. But right now, they fled, and so we have limited information at this point. Quickly in Spanish, esta tarde aproximadamente a las 6:30, recibimos una llamada que había un tiroteo afuera en el estacionamiento de este centro de ejercicio. Determinaron las unidades a llegar aquí que un afroamericano de aproximadamente 25, 26 años estaba herido aquí. Parece ser que hubo una bronca dentro del gimnasio en un partido de baloncesto. En ese momento salió uno de los individuos que fue parte de esa discusión, y parece que también tenía arma, y se confrontó con las personas que venían saliendo del gimnasio. Hubo más como argumento y comenzaron a dispararse, y es cuando valió la persona. At this point, it appears that both parties did have weapons, including the injured male, but that's something that we're still trying to piece together, so it's still a work in progress. I'm not sure. It appears it was in his upper torso, so he sustained 2 to 3 gunshot wounds from what we know, but it's still preliminary. The main thing was to get him medical help. That's possible. We're still trying to piece everything together, but from again, very preliminary information, it appears he did come out, either had a weapon or retrieved a weapon, and possibly was making his way in when the other party to the altercation was coming out. Some additional words were exchanged, and then gunfire erupted. So there were a lot of people out here. Pretty crazy to think this could happen at 6:30 p.m. It was still light. A lot of people were out here in the parking lot when our deputies arrived. So other people could have been injured as well. So, but right now it appears that that's what happened, that both parties were armed. We don't know who fired first or who retrieved the weapon first. It very well could have been the person that was injured, but again, we need the other party to also come forward at this time and give us information. We don't know if the individual that was injured fired any shots. We believe he was armed, but we do know that the other party did fire, but we don't know if the other party fired at them first or retrieved a weapon first. Those details we're still sorting out. I believe 2 to 3. It was a small group, and those that were in the altercation was also maybe 2 or 3. It could have been more that were in the party, just maybe didn't get involved, but there were several males, all described as black males.
Were they all playing basketball together?
Yes, they were playing basketball inside the fitness center when some type of altercation broke out. We believe they may have been told to take it outside and leave the facility maybe. I haven't confirmed that, but I think I've heard something to that effect. Well, it's not worth it, number one. I mean, this is never a good outcome for any reason. And not only that, but again, the general public is in danger as well, just over some type of verbal altercation that could have been resolved. You know, we have too much violence going on, and it doesn't need to come to that. And there were other people around. It was very busy when our deputies arrived, and somebody else could have been wounded or injured as a result of just the gunfire. It appears to be black males, 20s. I don't have anything more definite than that at this point. They're working on canvassing, retrieving additional video both from the location and adjacent businesses as well. I believe there is a weapon here at the scene. I don't know who that belonged to, but I believe there is a weapon here on the scene. And yes, and then I don't know if there's any other weapons, since obviously we're looking at inside the fitness center and then in the parking lot as well.
The officers were looking inside one of the vehicles.
Yeah. I'm not sure which particular vehicle or the connection to the scene, but they haven't told me about the vehicles that are here in the parking lot right now. Right now would be any information on anybody that may have witnessed the situation. Obviously, by the time they arrived, suspects had fled or the other party had fled. If there's a vehicle description, we would like to know. If they know the other party, we would like to know. If those individuals that were involved want to come forward, now's the time to come forward and to try to clear this up some way. And you know, we hope to be able to piece together answers. So the public's always good about calling in. And obviously there were a lot of people out here when this happened, a lot of people here at the gym, which is, you know, a busy time. And so we just would like for them to call forward. Right now they could reach us at 713-221-6000 because they could reach us directly, and they could always call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS.